Yeah, exploits discovery. I'm Jeff Swinoga. My career, I've been 25 years in mining. Started off with Barrick, Hud Bay Mineral, Torex Gold, places like that. And actually, I'm really happy to be running this company in Newfoundland. Been here for about 2 years. I'll be making some forward-looking statements, so obviously look at this slide. But yeah, just short and sweet. We're looking for high-grade orogenic gold in Newfoundland. You can see this is a map of sort of central Newfoundland. In blue, what you see is Newfound Gold, a fantastic company. If you don't know them, they've been drilling for 4 years, super supported by Eric Sprott. They became a $1 billion market cap, so and they just raised $56 million. We have all the property in yellow or in gold. So the key here is that everyone's sort of focused on this Appleton Fault kind of running through. The green area there is Labrador Gold as well. So there's basically 3 main players in the area. We've got a great team, all local, great board. I'll go through that briefly. Well funded with about $6 million of hard dollars. And we just raised, or are going to be raising about $2 million of float that we announced last week. So all things are looking good. Eric owns 19% of us, and Newfound Gold themselves actually owns 10%. So what happened last year is that something pretty spectacular for us. So we had all this property, but we actually picked up some amazing claims. The key one here is called Bullseye. You see that in yellow right in the middle. And the reason we call it Bullseye is right where you want to be. So we basically beat out 100 of our competitors to get the Bullseye claim. So we were super happy. The guys in Gander were doing high fives. We're just super pleased because it's right on trend, right on that Appleton Fault near recent gold discoveries, as well as the discoveries to the north with Lab Gold. We also picked up property to the west near their Keats West, and also our gazebo south that I'm going to go through at the end. So we're very, very happy. So what's this mean? So this gold rush that happened 4 years ago, Newfound has been drilling. Every time they came out with a great assay result on the drilling, their market cap would increase. Those are the blue bars. So the market cap would go up anywhere from 34 million to 260 million, creating this $1 billion market cap. So here's little exploits. We've got about 12 million in market cap, and with our flow through, we've got about $8 million in cash. So what we're trying to be is we're trying to be the Newfound Gold of the North. We think we have a great roadmap to get there because we've had our big brother, Newfound Gold, basically drilling for 4 years and showing us where all the gold discoveries potentially could be. So just on our market cap and cash, you can see those there, already mentioned. Hardly any warrants outstanding. Every time we've raised money, we haven't really issued any warrants. Options, we haven't issued options this year, so very reasonable. We want to make sure that we're practicing good governance. And then also shares relatively liquid. Like we trade anywhere from $1.5 million per month on the CSE or about $1 million in the US. So very good that way. Sorry, this clicker is kind of having fun with it. There we go. There's our management team. And just mention a few people here, like Ken Tiley, 40 years in the business. He joined us from McEwen, has a Goldcorp background as well. Great individual. Fiona is here actually today. She'll be here tomorrow. And Shannon is also a VP of Investor Relations. On our board, we have a great board. Just mentioned Doug Cater. He was here at lunch. He was Eric Sprott's chief geologist, VPX over at Kirkland Lake. He's the one that went with Tony McCooch to kind of look at Fosterville, which Kirkland Lake bought, called Newmarket, and is the most profitable high-grade mine in the world. So he's a key player for us, and that was, again, the orogenic gold story. Our local team, super important. They're all local. They're either from St. John's, Gander, Newfoundland, or from Gambo. So they're not working 9 to 5. They really care about their province. They want to create jobs. They want to find a new mine. These guys are super passionate. So I'll put our team up against anyone, to be honest. They're great people. Just a bit about the, sorry, how do I go back now? Yeah, a bit about the theory. Orogenic gold just means mountain building process. So basically 2 tectonic plates coming together, creating a lot of pressure and heat and cracking, creating these fault structures that are in central Newfoundland. and they travel all the way to Finland as well. So you see these faults like the Appleton Fault there. As these flows are kind of coming up, they carry gold and other minerals. And what thing is, we don't see the gold in those high pressure areas because there's too much pressure, too much heat. It's only when the pressure drops and the heat falls that you get them in the secondary order structures. And that's where we're finding the gold, and that's where Newfound Gold has found their gold. So that's a bit about the theory. Okay, oh, sorry. So you'll see what we're looking at when we find gold. For example, here's the core. So you see beautiful looking quartz. It's got antimony, stibnite, stylites through it, and you see flecks of gold there. So it's great. So you can see the core from Newfound Gold, also from Fosterville in the Swan Zone, and also from our first drill hole that we had our first gold discovery this summer. Oh, there we go. First thing we did, Eric asked us when we got our bullseye claim is he said, well, how did you get it? And if you want to ask a question later on, I can answer that. But the second thing he said, when can you drill it? Well, the first thing we did is we did MAG and VLF. We wanted to find out exactly where this Appleton Fault was meandering through our property. And so you can see it's in the kind of the blue area. I don't know if I have a pointer here. Do I have a pointer? The green?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you see the blue area kind of meandering through. That's the Appleton Fault going through our bullseye property. It's not a straight line, of course. And so also just make a note that this splay coming off here is very important because I'll talk about that later on. But the first thing we want to do is to just hit the Appleton. Our first drill hole, just kind of see structure, be a success that way. And so our first drill hole, we hit gold, which was great. So it gave us confidence to keep drilling. Maybe we found something high grade. So we kept drilling, and again, hole number 5 gave us about 13 grams, almost 4 meters. So that was great. You can see the core down below. This was our best hole, hole number 19. Had 55 flecks of gold, beautiful looking quartz. Almost up to 118 grams per ton in certain areas. So we were very pleased. So you can see on the left-hand side is the kind of top-down view showing the Appleton Fault in gray here. And then you can see in red are the gold zones that are lining up. This is what it looks like underground. I've got a nice video that I just created last week to give a better representation. And I think it's going to play if I push it one more time. There we go. Great. So we came out with our horseshoe discovery here, and literally a couple weeks later in May, Newfound came out with Everest and Jackpot and K2. So this area is just heating up, to be honest. So you can see it here. Here's the gold zones that we've interpreted based on the drill results. Very pleased. It's open in all directions. We do see lots of high grade. So the key thing is, do we go back and drill that, or do we keep drilling it? Well, advice from Eric was to go big. So even though we found one, we think we might have another one. So we looked at the south here because, again, Newfound Gold came out with their Everest and Jackpot discovery. And then, so just recently, they came out with another result. They're basically drilling right on our border here. So Newfound Gold announced 185 meters of strong, high-grade continuity, open in all directions, going east-west. So that really gave us confidence when we modeled in 3D their drill holes and Leapfrog to say we possibly have an extension of Jackpot through our property. Now that length that we have on our property is about 500 meters. So we're pretty confident it's going to extend through. I mean, if you look at the diagram yourself. So we're going to go back and we're going to announce probably soon that we're going to drill it in January or February. So we just raised the money for flow through. Again, we got $6 million of hard. So hopefully we'll have our second gold discovery on the south part of Bullseye. And then also Everest looks very interesting too. We might have a third one too. So this is a picture from Google Earth back in June. You can actually see all the drilling that's been done to the south of our Bullseye property. Again, that's in red right here. So also another thing to mention, you can see in this graph, is that they've done seismic work. So all these kind of lines going through our property. The deal was that Newfound said, okay, can we do seismic over your property? And we said, sure, but we want the data. So they haven't come out with that information yet. So we're just kind of waiting to drill until we see some of that seismic information, because it also could change some of the targets that we're looking at. Just another representation of, here's our border at Bullseye. Here's the recent drilling of Jackpot. And again, remember that blue splay kind of coming through? That really lines up with that interpretation that we had and that 3D modeling that we showed in that video. So it's, and also just some of the ground truthing we did, we see lots more quartz in the south on Bullseye. So even though we had our sort of first gold discovery called Horseshoe up here, we're finding lots of quartz to the south. So things are just lining up. It gives us more confidence. We see the quartz, we see the interpretation, we see the VLF. So Bullseye is very interesting. And here's a slide showing the work on the seismic. So Newfound Gold, I think they spent about $10 million doing this seismic work across all of their properties. Again, they found 17 gold zones right here. And they've been drilling right up into the north here. So we're hopeful that they're going to find some structures going down 3 kilometers, and that they come up with maybe the source of some of the gold discoveries they've had. And that could change what we see at our Bullseye property as well. So we are waiting a little bit longer, just maybe January, February, to drill until the seismic comes out. And the theory is that if you look at Australia, it's called the fingers of God, where every time these orogenic flows are kind of coming up deep from the Earth's mantle and carrying gold, they found sometimes significant gold discoveries. So they're only going down about 3 kilometers. So hopefully they're finding sort of the fingertips of the fingers of God here. So that'll be interesting. So now, so far I've been talking about Bullseye, which is this small little area here. Again, $1 billion market cap from Newfound, over a 5-kilometer stretch, 17 gold zones. We have this Gazebo South property right here, 7+ kilometers. So our hope is that this small area we're going to find the same geology, the same type of gold zones up in this area, because the way we view this is that Bullseye could be the spark for our company. Again, 12 million market cap, 8 in cash, and this could be our company maker up here, okay? So what we did is we did some tills. So the till sampling has come back. We identified 3 hotspots right here where they had 5 times more gold grain counts than the baseline or the normalized samples. So these areas are these little dots here, about 500 meters from each other. So we've gone back over the last month or so, and we're continuing to do this, is actually tightening that up. So we're going within 100 meters of each of these areas. So we're trying to really find how hot does a hotspot get, and then hopefully advance these areas into drill targets by early next year. This is the LiDAR and mag that we've also done. The encouraging news is that we found the same type of splays that we see in the south are happening along the Appleton Fault here, along our Gazebo property. So again, things are hopefully lining up in certain areas that give us encouragement to actually start drilling Gazebo. It's never been drilled before, so we're super encouraged by it. So short and sweet, we think we might have a couple of new gold discoveries on Bullseye South. We think that's going to be the spark for our company. And also Gazebo South is a much larger property and something that hopefully could be a big company maker for us and hopefully be another Newfound gold discovery. I mean, we're doing the work. We've got a great team. We're well funded. We've got great shareholders. And the key for us is to keep the work going. And in good markets, hopefully we're going to shine really bright. So that's our story.